FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Washington football team. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they enter play here. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season, obviously. A perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by their quarterback in his second season now from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Throwing on first down is Murray. That'll be complete to Cook. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. A check on the numbers last week for Conner. 17 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Flushed out right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So here is Washington now backed up a bit to start their first drive. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. Yeah, pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. Second down coming up.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And we do talk a lot about how the tight end position has changed in the NFL. Here's a great example. It used to be that they were linemen who occasionally caught passes. Now they're wide receivers who occasionally block people. And right here, this isn't tight end speed. It's definitely wide receiver speed.
On first down, Tagovailoa. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Here's Mostert. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. The numbers for him from a week ago. 11 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to hit 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Sometimes that's the danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. From the gun, it's Tua. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well, it was you. Be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Tua sets up to pass it. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Golden Tate, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. On the return, it's Alex Erickson. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Not that time for Watkins, and that'll bring up second down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion, but this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
They throw again on second down. This one's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. That's caught at the 25. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's so easy to focus on the speed and elusiveness of Kyler Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Second and a yard at the 15-yard line.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Kyler Murray, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field, and of course for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this. Top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10". The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Here's Tua. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Leonard Williams showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now Tua. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Golden Tate in the final seconds of the first half. And Washington has taken the lead. That is a near-perfect end-of-half drive right there.
And we've seen that many times from the best in the league. But do you really expect to see it done that well by a rookie? And how about the timing? Finishing it almost near the zeros, as you said, right at the end of the half. Great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Young Wei Koo is set to kick off.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10. At their
The
own
white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Cowboys on top as they play the second quarter. Matthew Stafford.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here is Washington now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Third quarter starts with a run from Mostert. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On second down, Tua under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And the next-gen stat's going to reveal just how quickly the defense got to him. 2 seconds on the nose. Not much you can do there. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you cannot... underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete to Tate. That catch good for only a couple.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Tua going to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Tua, fast pass outside complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. A very quick pass to Ridley. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the 1st half.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Tua now on 1st down. Tua hit, and the ball is out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out of practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football. Taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
They start with a give to Connor. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Stop made by Fred Warner, who was the Niners' leading tackler during their run to the Super Bowl last year. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun now from Murray. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And the Ravens 1st down.
From the gun, Murray. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Smith catches left side. And he gets it down to the 32. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Murray to air it out again. Oh, no, he lost the football. And does Washington have it? They do. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of the quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at their own 42.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. This one caught by Ridley. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, it really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding 2nd half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire 2nd half.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Throwing again, Murray. He's going to go up top again. It's caught inside the 25. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Murray again. That'll be complete to Cook. This will be stopped shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 10-yard line.
And here's Murray on the keeper. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. If you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. James Conner, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Tua Tagovailoa and the offense heading back out. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
That gets them the 1st down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. This is Mostert, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. To throw is Tua. With the left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 37.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Now Tagovailoa rolling to his right. And he will fire Ridley. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he's across for a late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And there's a situation where as a tight end, once he gets that end zone in his sights, he's not going to back down from anyone. He doesn't worry about running to daylight. He doesn't mind running through contact. That's totally fine by him.
For the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off by the late touchdown. It's a 7-point lead here in the final minute of the game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Trying to go back to Watkins, but it's going to be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Xavier Williams with a pick. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for Washington, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.